What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we've just been given the breaking news regarding the new spooky Halloween fusion, and in this case it's this champion right above me in Morrigaine. Now she is Undead Hordes, legendary of course, support base from the Magic Affinity. And in terms of aesthetics, I am a big fan. I like how it looks here. I just wish that this was a pumpkin so Harvest Jack can get jealous. But apart from that, I think she looks really cool as a new champion. But we'll break down the kit in a second. But in terms of when this will be starting, it will be Thursday, October 27th. So just around the corner. And that's when they'll be planning to launch this fusion event of this new champion. It just says fusion event, which kind of leads me to believe that it won't be a fragment style. And just a traditional one where you fuse the rares or the epics into the legendary to attain the champion in the end. Hopefully they will give more information about the champions to coincide with this. Maybe there'll be some sweet ones out there, but stay tuned. I'll be sure to break them down in a future video once they release those. But alright, let's break the kit down. So with the Haunt with Hesitation, will attack one enemy, has a 50% chance, a 70% chance once booked. Usually it's like a 75%, bit of a weird number, of placing a 30% decrease speed debuff for 2 turns. Now, it's a single target, so it's going to be bosses like the Iron Twins Fortress or bosses in general where decreased speed comes into play. I really wish that this would be a AoE A1 for decreased speed. Even if they just kept it at that 50-50 chance. I think that would have made it a really solid A1, but as of now, a single target decreased speed. On the Shriek of the Banshee, has a 100% chance of stealing all buffs from a target enemy. Also has a 75% chance, 100% chance once booked, of placing a True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. And basically, the True Fear, if you don't know what it does, Fear will basically give the enemies that's under Fear a 50-50 chance to miss a turn, whereas True Fear will still give that chance, but also put the skill that they was trying to use and put it on cooldown. So definitely a lot more value coming from the True Fear debuff. And because it's just placing, you can't get weak hits from this, because it's not hitting an enemy. We'll then place a 50% decreased accuracy debuff for 2 turns instead if the target is a boss. So if you think about stuff like Bommel or just bosses in general like the Iron Twins as I mentioned before, decreased accuracy is actually really nice. Even against the Hydra boss, but this is a single target. I wonder how this works here. So if it says 100% chance of stealing all buffs from a target enemy, okay. And then it says on all enemies for 1 turn for the True Fear. But then it says place a 50% decreased accuracy if the target is a boss. So will that be all bosses? If that says all enemies for True Fear, will it be all bosses for decreased accuracy? Because that would be a big playing field in using this in Hydra boss. I don't know if it's written a bit weird. Hopefully we get some test server access to try this champion out. But as of now, it just reads that it's just going to be if it's a boss. I don't know, we'll see. It's worded a little bit weird for me here anyway, because it doesn't say Hydra or something like that. But on the A3 here, we'll has a 75% chance of decreasing the turn meters of all enemies by 20% and fills the turn meters of all allies by 20% and places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Okay, so that's significant. Now, if you guys are familiar with Deacon Armstrong or champions like Lyssandra, who do really similar things here, I believe that Lyssandra is a 30% increase and decrease, but it's the same increased speed value on a 4-turn cooldown as well. That's actually a really strong ability for all players to attain, granted you've got the resources to do this fusion. That's a really nice A3, and if you consider the rest of the kit, so that chance of placing True Fear, stealing buffs, increased speed, increased turn meter, she starts to become a phenomenal support champion in my personal opinion. And I like it. I feel like there's a lot of clashing going on. It's like, where do I use this chick? But overall, if you kind of specify where you want to use her, I think she could be really, really strong. So on the passive here, with She Who Is Deaf, at the start of each turn, okay, start of each turn places a 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns on the enemy with the lowest HP. This debuff cannot be removed, transferred, spread, or have its duration increased or decreased by enemies or allies. Okay, So heal reduction for me personally, I use that in the Never Spider. Personally, but there's many other champions that can do that. But in terms of arena, potentially some play there. I just wish that it says it couldn't be resisted, maybe. But we will be building with high accuracy anyway to place these debuffs, so I don't know, I guess it's a nice passive because it starts every single turn to get that heal reduction out. Maybe even for Doom Tower. I think stopping the enemies from healing all of the time, this can be a really nice passive to have on a champion for support. Also increase ally speed by all battles by 19%, and I think that is really, really nice. Kind of a traditional all battle aura like we see on other champions, but 19% is really good. The rest of the kit I'm happy with. It sticks with the theme of Halloween with the True Fear debuffs and looks really cool as a champion. Now, depending how hard this is, I think this may be a fusion you might want to go for, 100%. I feel like she brings a lot of utility for a vast majority of players, for sure. Yeah, I think if I didn't have a Lyssandra, I'd want her even more because this ability here is really, really solid and brings a lot of utility for PvP. But I don't know, you guys let me know, are you a fan of this? Will you be going for it? And yeah, how you think about this champion overall? So let's just close this window. So if I just pulled up Lyssandra here actually. So with the Energize, places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns and fills the turn meters of all allies by 30% and decreases the turn meters by 30%. So very similar skill here, but I feel like the fusion brings a lot more utility than Lyssandra does. Because you got the True Fear, you got the stealing of buffs, decreased accuracy, decreased speed. Yeah. But she's got 24% aura. But I have to kind of remember here, this is a fusion and this is a summonable champion. So, okay. Yeah, I think overall, if I just want to say it all, I think that's a really good fusion champion, to be honest. We've also got the Deck of Fate. I'm not sure how many of you guys have gone for this, but I might make a separate video doing this alongside a giveaway. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled. I'll be releasing a giveaway to win void shards and all of that good stuff in my upcoming video. So yeah, that's going to be all for the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.